I had like $1,147 left in my trading account. Went to sleep with like 3 lots open. Woke up at 1,000 was at like 8,000, and then I ran up to like 99 something, making my salary monthly in like days. I'm about to be the face of Forex.
Good morning, TradeLocker.
Yo, top of the top, everybody. How everybody doing, man? Hope everybody doing amazing.
Wow, man, you seem really hyped up for someone who's been driving all night. And
I'm telling you, a 9-hour drive, man.
oh,
Stretch.
how have you been since the last auditorium?
Amazing, man. We've been good. We still been rocking out with gold. A couple of GJ plays and a couple of U30 signals being thrown out there. We took like a couple losses for the first time since March and April 1st. So I was kind of proud of myself for taking a loss. So, you know, we good.
Do you know the reasons behind those losses, or?
Yeah. So basically, too long on the smaller time frame. I didn't pivot back to my higher time frame for the true direction. We pivoted. We countered it yesterday. We kind of got our lick back.
Okay, cool. I'm really happy that you're doing good. Yeah, I wanted to ask you if you could just give us a little shorter overview. I see a lot of new people in the audience today. If you could just give us what exactly you did last year in just 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, for those who don't know me, I recently transitioned to a full-time trader, actually like a month ago. But just to recap on last year, 2023, excuse me, January. Ethereum was at the bottom. It was at around like 1250 areas. I had like $1,147 left in my trading account. That was really all I had to my name at that time. From like a $3,000 account, so I kind of just blew 2,000 like overnight with GJ. But I pivoted, went to sleep with like 3 lots open. Woke up at 1,000 was at like 8,000, and I was like, all right, here we go. And Ethereum had ended up being at the bottom at the same time. Remember, it's the top of the year, so the market moves in quarterly swings. So I understood that. I'm like, you know what? I'm already up 8 now. Let's just go ahead and start stacking. So I put like 2 lots on Ethereum, and it shot up. And then every time it pulled back, I would stack with higher lot sizes. I don't push that like as a strategy, but when you know the direction of the target for liquidity, I just don't hesitate. I took that 1147 to 10K that week. Well, technically like in the middle of the week, and then I took that 10K to like 20K. I withdrew 20K. Took that remaining 10K to about 25. Then that 25 went to about 47. Then I withdrew my biggest withdrawal ever, $26,000. And then I took the rest of that to about 62,000. I had like, between me and y'all, I had like 16 positions stacked, like heavy lot, like 5 lots on Ethereum. So I understood. So they swiped me for about 20 bands in one play. No, it was like 36,000. Then I didn't get mad. I just took that back up to about 72,000, and then withdrew again. And then I ran up to like 99 something. All of this is on my Instagram too, by the way.
Yep. And
then I just withdrew like, majority of it. Paid up some debt, paid up some investors as well. And that was it, man. It was a good run. I went to a slump Q4, 2023, countered back at the end of the Q1. So here we are again,
Okay.
Once you've been there before, it should be no problem getting back to it. So, yeah. All right, cool. So let's go over GJ, because I'm going to go over GJ and gold specifically. I'm going to just give y'all my strategy simplified. Like, it's nothing difficult. All right. So I missed the top down. I do a top down analysis every Sunday, right? Because that's where we catch the most of our moves. But it was my daughter's birthday, so I didn't do anything, right? But I still gave out the play at the end of the night. So looking at the weekly, off the rip, like this is just, it's simple. You find predominantly where is the market most likely to go towards. Most people focus on where they're at in the market opposed to where is your actual target. So, I color code a lot of things too. So my weekly would be purple. And I go over it basically daily, whatever. So my terminology is different from what you hear on YouTube. Just bear with me. If you got any questions, just hop in the Telegram. You know what I'm saying? It's free. All right. So boom. That sticks out to me. That annoys me. So we're gonna do something like that. You know what I'm saying? I just keep it simple with my colors. Hold up. Here we go. Well, my fault. It's supposed to be purple. My bad. Boom. So basically recognizing that the market pivoted right here. All right. So we at the top of the market. So ideally, of course, everybody is aiming here, right? Everybody's aiming here. We're not there yet. We're far from there. We're like 200 pips away. And actually, we just hit TP4 on my chat, right? So I'm going to tell y'all the move we caught. But looking at this, I look at a lot of the closing and opening of bodies. because retail focuses on wicks, right? But the institutional, they focus on the area where they're opening and closing. That's where a lot of the liquidity resides. A lot of orders are filled, et cetera, et cetera. So me recognizing why did this stop? Of course, everybody probably on ICT right now. You would probably go with a bullish fair value gap, right? Cool. We can do that for time's sake, right? So boom, you don't need a lot on your day on weekly. Then I go to my daily. This is where I'm at. All right, cool. So after recognizing we're in a bullish fair value gap, we got to invert it right there. So boom, so we got the imbalance to the rebalance. Now we're back to the premium. If you're a fib trader, you just, swing low to swing high. I do not like this. So let me just go ahead and get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Put my prices on the right. I'm gonna just keep it generic. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do nothing. I don't use all these levels, but I ain't just for time's sake, because we already wasted enough time. But I focus on really the area between 0.618 and 0.7 as like a dominant. If I'm buying, that's a better discount. When you go grocery shopping, you want to get everything that's on a discount, so you're saving money. So do the same thing with your trading. When you're looking to buy, you have to make sure you, number one, know what range you're in. Because down here, people could have thinking like, oh, GJ's about to crash. But the whole time, we just falling into a premium. You know what I'm saying? Most people, let's go off the 0.5 because that's the equilibrium. Like, no, like that's how they get you. Because they know what you know or what you think you know, right? So you had to know what they know and just wait for it. So when you see areas like this, like I'm pretty sure with this bounce right here, everybody like GJ to the moon, right? No, you're in the discount. So now we're above the premium. So ideally, who's trying to buy right now? Everybody, because they see they're moving up. I teach my chat, we buy drawdown, we sell drawdown. Meaning when the market is going down and you're looking to buy, why are you buying the up candle? You buy the down candle and you strategically move to the smaller time frame just to make sure you got a failure breaking obstruction, right? And then the same thing if you're selling. Right. So when you're moving up, you should be selling the up candle, not the down candle. That's how they get you. Right. That's just a tip. So we right here. I don't really keep my fib up. It just lets me know that, I knew we were at a premium. I just wanted to show you guys for visual purposes. But we're falling into the bullish for value gap. All right. So I'm going to keep that because I'm going to show you how we got in. All right. So we got in, I think, Monday. All right. So 4-hour time frame. Daily time frame, I don't really see too much. You can use this as an area, a TP, right? Because I'm going to show you why. My daily is green, just so you can color. I don't have all of this on my charts at all time, but I'm showing you guys, copy and paste it. I don't care. All right. But if we do the opposite of a swing high to a swing low, just based on when this market swung, it never came above the premium. So everything is still technically at a discount. So once we get up here, you can start looking for sales. You see, a lot of people focus on those smaller time frames. That's how I took my losses, and with Bitcoin too, 2 weeks ago. But you have to revert to the overall balance of the higher time frame range. All right. So I just showed you 2 ways of how to use a fib. All right. I'm not going to confuse you with any inverted fibs and all of that. That's like with my mentorships. But this is simple. If I'm not above here, I should not be thinking sales, me personally, until we get up here. Because now we have an imbalance. Let's look for the rebalance. So I don't care if this thing drops, continue to drops and drops and drops. I know that at some point in time, you're going to make it back up here. So what am I going to do? Continue looking for areas of imbalance down here to buy up into this area. We can wash our hands with TP, right? And that's just kind of how I maneuver, like bigger moves. Like I'm not here for that 25 pip, 10 point. I don't do that stuff. I don't see how people do that. Like I call it 10. So what? So here we are, 4-hour time frame. Just keep it short. Boom. Now we got a little bit of clarity. So I have my area, so I don't need this anymore. All right. So boom. First thing I recognize is I'm in a weekly. So if I'm in a weekly, which that's how we call U30, that's how we call gold, right? This is how we catching GJ. I'm gonna tell you one candle that told me that GJ was going up, right? So off the rip, I already recognize we ran sell side right here. Boom. Sell side for those, sell side liquidity. Everything under here is a liquidity pool. That's how they get you, right? We're in a bullish for value gap, but you know what I'm saying? You can pick and choose that, right? But also, we got a liquidity void right here. So just for clarity purpose, I'm going to get rid of the weekly. Y'all seen it, right? 4-hour, I turn it blue. We got a void right here. This is how I caught it. I gave a signal right there. Every candle, every space, every body has a purpose. So if you think, a lot of people be like, it's noise on the smaller time frames. That's how I ran it up on Ethereum of noise, right? I don't listen to everybody, right? So boom, I knew right then and there, like I said, GJ about to go up. That's how I called GJ at 188 and set the bottom, right? I closed GJ I think 2 weeks ago. Like we caught over 400 pips, something like that. I don't know. But either way, once that we ran sell side, I play the runs off of liquidity. That's my way of trading it in simple terms. Once you recognize the run on liquidity, you have to pivot to a small time frame. So I basically operate from the 4, the 1 hour to the 1 minute. I know that's strange of a range, but it's like that's how I read the market, because once you ran a dominant sell side or a dominant buy side, you have to look for a seeking of people who are buying it up and people who are selling it down. That's called like liquidity range, if you may. Right. So they know that once they run here, everybody's going to be set and sell, I think, sell stops. All right. So you're looking to see the market continue going down. I don't never set any prepaid or pre trades. I don't do any pin and trade. It's just not in my character and it's not in my style. I like to be in control. All right. So once this recognized, this is how I gave the signal to my chat. This one candle right here. All right. So here, look how this candle closed. So you see my red candles are bulls and my black candles are bears. All right. So we closed down here. Right. This is a Sunday candle, by the way. All right. So we opened technically up here. So right here is nothing but space. All right. So when I gave the signal, it was down here. So I gave the signal from 190.050. Right. So basically right here, a level. Right. I teach levels too. And I said 050 to 350, right? So I gave the signal based on this area right here. So for people who need to see it, I always use areas of liquidity as a signal, right? I'm giving y'all hints on like how to really maneuver in these markets, man. All right. Well, I'll use the story tool. My bad. All right, cool. So basically, this is the signal. Now, my stop loss was, what did I put in the chat? I think I said like 850, because we do like 30 pips. No more than 30 pips you should be taking as a stop loss for any position. All right. So basically this area under here, if you may, right, this area under here was our stop loss. But if you use this area right here, this is the signal. Anything from here to here is fair game. Now, most people are like, well, that's kind of a wide range. I'm like, that's because you want to have some areas of focus for allowing the market to seek liquidity. Because look at all these wicks down here. All right, so basically, I'm gonna tell you where our TP is. All right, our TP was 191.20, so we went here. But I always add TP swings after we just catch 100 pips. But that's our average. We catching like 80 to 100 pips per play. I don't do that other stuff. All right, so we aiming up here. All right, because once we grade this high, you can bank on it that it's coming back into that daily area far as a rebalance. So we're aiming up here. So this is ideally what I'm seeing. Now we're on a 4-hour time frame. We're already at TP4. So my chat they probably streaming like, yo, TP4, I get it. But I don't have to be in attendance of that because I already knew my focus. Everybody was like kind of scrambling down here. What is DJ going to do? Oh my gosh. I'm like, y'all own smaller time frames, I can tell. Because this was knocking people out. People were thinking GJ was about to go down again. I'm like, this one candle tells me this is the offset. It's an imbalance because of the way it opened, right? So recognizing how candles open is significant, especially on Sunday, because what is Sunday known for? Gaps. What is Sunday known for? Candles not opening up really next to each other. So to easily counter that, all you're looking for is the price to just come back into that void and continue in the direction it's going. So that's, in a nutshell, I caught it like that. I ain't really had to go to no other time frame, but it's still present on the 1 hour. And then if you get down to the nitty gritty, this is the only area you should have focused on, right? So once we broke this, we now have used this as some people may say previous resistance becomes new support. That's cool, but I just don't use that terminology. I understand that we're now above the premium, right, of this range. Because if I use my fib, we now have sought the liquidity, right, just right now live right here. All right, so we came down here and we came above the premium right here. Well, we didn't, because technically that happened after, but we came right here. And what did we came into this range, right, in the sweet spot between 0.618, 0.786. You gotta expect retracements. The market's not gonna go one way forever. All right. So once this came down, what did it do? All right, teaching y'all how to use fibs too. All right, we come here and we use the dominant range. Now you can say that this was because this counter kind of came up, came down, but it's right here. You go here, you go here. Where are we at? In the sweet spot. And you see now, once you complete the range, you now can use your previous resistance becomes new support because we've already sought the liquidity above here. Once you exceed the range of a fib, that is your liquidity. All right, I'll say it again. Once you exceed the range of your fib, that is your liquidity. Your only objective is to see it come back down to it. Because once I drag here, all right, to here, look, same spot, 0.618, 0.786. This is how I stack positions. and I don't hesitate because all I'm doing is if you true to the seeking of the range, I'm setting you right here. So if let's just say I bought right in here, which I would have waited for, right? Because number one, you got what I call it an opposition. Most people will call it an order block. I just don't use the same terminology as everybody because of my understanding of it. But the opposition is basically what was the last bearish candle that sent the market up, and vice versa. What was the last bullish candle that sent the market down? Right? Basically, like we've exceeded this now, so we can guarantee that GJ is going up because we've exceeded that range. All we have to do is see this candle close above it, which it's 942. Right? So this is the opening bell. So we probably gonna get a retracement, right? And then at 10 o'clock, 10:15, we probably get some stagnation. 10:30, we shooting up. You know what I'm saying? But either way, the signal chat just caught 100 pips just based off of that, right? So we can wash our hands and we do what we call an 80-20. Basically, you will bring 80% of your position in profit. So that would basically mean like somewhere around here, right? And your stop loss is in profit and you just keep your TP at the next high. That's 20% of your entire move in profit. You can never take a loss. Because what we do is at TP1, which was this was TP1. Once we hit that was kind of like, yo, take your 80-20. Why? Because I expected a retracement. Some people probably held and panicked and then broke even, lost some money. But I'm like, I'm not budging. Like, I wasn't even looking at GJ. Like, I was focused on getting our lick back from U30, right? So I was like, I'm going to make up for our loss. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to look out for the gang. Some people, really rely on me to kind of maneuver, which they shouldn't, but it's helping them too. So that's really like how I trade, man. Like, you can call it fair, but I don't. I'm just showing you guys I understand areas of the market, right? So if you look at that from a 15-minute time frame, that's just what you got. And then you got a void right here, right? You got a void right here. So if you're looking at why price may stop or at any given moment, you always want to go study that. All right, so this way you stay focused on, like, you know what, I should probably go ahead and take profits, or I got to expect the market to kind of retrace once we ran buy side. Right. So the thing is, if we close above here, you're looking for a situation where am I at? Right here. Yeah. So you're looking for a situation like this. Right. What you want to see is, we just did that. You just want to see something like this, just to keep it simple. That's it. You want to see a rejection of the previous, how everybody uses it. Right. You want to see the market just support off of there, but we have to close above it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is where I'm saying, like, once you reach the run on liquidity, you have to expect a retracement. If you don't, you risk eating at your profits, or you risk this market actually countering to come back down here. But you see this entire candle, look where the market consolidated. It did nothing but eat the orders up here. Like, and nobody knew what to do here. And then you got another one right here, right? And if you look at this, look, it retraced right back to complete right in the void. This is really me, like, when I'm just chilling, vibing, doing my thing. I'm going in the market already. That's intentional. That void right there. You know what I'm saying? So the whole time, like, you could have really just anticipated the market just to run up. Oh, shoot, there go another one. There go a void right there. That's intentional, right? These wicks are coming beneath this level because of here, right? So if you're not in the market in depth like that, you're going to forever be like, and was anxious, if you may, right? You're like, oh, it's going to do this. It's going to do this. Because people DM me all the time on my Telegram. I'm like, yo, Ty, what do you think? You think it's going to do this? I just like to see my chat just talk to each other, because I'm like, I want to see how they're thinking without, because I can give you the answer, yes. But if you're not, when I give a signal, I provide analysis, right? So people know how I'm seeing it, win, lose, or draw. Yep. But people will still question it because they're not in depth like I've already seen it. But I don't even spend no more than like 10 minutes on, like, previous to Sunday, like on Saturday, I'll go recap the week. I already made my decision. You know what I'm saying? Going into Sunday may open up for the areas I needed to come to, whether it's selling or buying, and I make my decision. But that takes hours and hours of, like, years. I'm coming up on my 3rd year anniversary of trading, but that's that. So that's GJ, and I'll wrap it up here with gold on how we call gold. We call gold sell too, by the way. I put it in the metals channel too. Somebody said they went full margin. I hope they didn't.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. It's not supposed to be just following you like that. It's supposed to come up on something by yourself. And the only way is going to do that is try to bounce the ideas off each other, and maybe sometimes you will confirm some ideas, some assumptions, but it's no better feeling when you get the confirmation in the market by yourself. So yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so in the talk on that too, man, you made a great point. So I never ever would tell anybody what to do and what not to do, because nobody ever told me what to do and what not to do. And 9 times out of 10, I mean, I have troubles with this too, but when somebody tells me what to do, when I already know what I need to do or how I want to go about something, but you tell me, it's like, it's going to do one or two things, piss me off, but also like, we're human. So you're going to have that thought in mind. All right. So it's like when I see my chat making like, yo, what do you guys think of this? And they're going back and forth. I love that for my community because number one, they're seeing the market even more clear. As people post their charts, I'm seeing so much clarity from what I used to see like last year, but it's so simplified that if I was a new trader coming into the chat, I can literally click that picture and like, wow, I understand why okay, now I can see, and you can save images. So I'm going to say, I would save that and go study. And that's kind of what I want people to do. Like, so right here, simple with gold, you can see that, right? But if you really see here, I know everybody was like, oh, this is what he's about to show us. Yeah, 4 hour, keep it blue. My fault, I forgot to change it blue in the last one. Boom. That's why this market retraced here at 59. No, what was this? 67. So I pulled my profits, right, from my buys right here at 67, right here. When it came back up and took that out, I said, you know what? I'm out. It was discounted right here. And then, the chat was like, gold at 2270. I was like, that's great. It's about to sell off. You know what I'm saying? So I gave a signal yesterday because when it came down here, I just forgot to, put in the chat. I called 23. I was looking for 22.23, but it didn't come down here. Came to 22.28. Cool. I didn't buy it back up. I just kind of I'm way down here at 21.77. So I'm just like, all right. So when it came up here, all right, cool. Let's go to the 1 hour because this is where I gave the sell at. All right. I gave the sell based on one or two things. I was like, you came down hard right here. Right. And I seen this. All right. So I called 22.72 to 22.76 well before this happened. Right. Because what I'm going to realize, if you guys want to take notes on this, it's like a 3% range of motion where stop losses are. And it's like I went in depth like one weekend. I was just like testing like areas of where the market would run liquidity and retrace on like different pairs. And I even pairs I trade, I'm like, all right, there's a science to this. Because if you think about it, you as an actual trader, how far are you setting your stop loss? Some people go as tight as 10 pips. Some people go loosely at 50 pips. Those weirdos, they go crazy at like set your stop loss at 100 pips. I don't know why you would be affiliated with them, right? But you should keep your pips at a minimum of your risk, number one. But I always give a 30 pip minimum, a TP, and a 30 pip minimum stop loss. So that gives fair game to say if you're a one-to-one trader, pick and choose, right? But if I'm looking at 30 pip, that means 90 pips is the TP3 at minimum, right? But I say that to say this. If you were looking, let's say you was a sniper, right? You caught this sell. Where you saying your stop loss is? You're going to set your stop loss like probably right up here. So you at what, 65? With gold, you shouldn't even be no more than like 68. That's 30 pips. Your stop loss sitting as tight as this. All right. So what do they do? Yank. Or you probably already pulled your profits by then. Or you probably like, it's a breakout retest. All right. So once that happens, you go, all right, cool, we're going down. And then this happens. All right. So I gave the signal right here between this wick. All right. I'm on a 1 minute time frame right now because I understood it. All right. So we called, literally, I called right here on the dime because I understood where I was at. And I was like, at the bare minimum, we need to come down here back to where we just rated because we can chance it doing something like that, right? So once we came down here, I was like, oh, shoot, this might dig a little deeper. But I saw this. Remember, the opposite counter that sent the market up, right? So this was the counter that sent that little move up. And this happened between, 7, 8, and 9, right? Prime time for you to already be in position, right? So once we took this, I was like, yo, we caught the whole move, right? We even caught here. Some people caught here. All right, but then we got up here. I was driving yesterday and I didn't put the signal out, but it came to, I was going to put 2282 to 2280. What did I say? 2282 to 2288. Price came to 2288 on TradingView. It did up here on TradeLocker too. So once this happened, I think I was like, yo, if it revisits, by any means. All right. And right now it's kind of in the area, but I would not give a signal live here, but just to show you what I would be looking at. For price to just come back up in here, right? And if we decide to raid these flat tops up here, I already gave it out, 2288 to 2294, we could possibly see for gold if we decide to come back up. But this, I don't trade. Yeah, we're in a bearish fair value gap, but if you want to just add clarity, it's like, you got to get to your lower time frames. So as I wrap it up, this is kind of what I would do even on a live analysis, right? Because I haven't looked at gold this morning, but you see, I just drew that on the 1 hour and look what happened. right? So we came up in the premium, right? So we ran the final buy side right here. We failed to break this high. So right now, most people's stop loss are sitting between here and here. So if the market decides to run up one more time, I just need you to go ahead and take this out, right? So then this gives me clarity when you come back in here. What does that look like? It looks like this. So let's just say you caught this move, right? Let's just say you caught that. What you would want to see, of course, is if you're selling, you want to see that, and you want to see a rejection right in this area to send it back down. Minimum TP would be right there at 2250. Remember, gold was resisting at 2150, right? I'm teaching you levels, right? And if you were NFP during that time when the market was just shuffling at 2177, I know these prices because I've been in it. We started to like do some weird stuff on 2177 to 2185. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Right. And then the market finally took out 2177, came down to 2147. I gave the signal out 2142 to 2140. No, I think it was 2145 to 2150, something like that. I called 2146. It was analysis. But once we came back above 2150, we never went back down. I remember being in the metals channel. We caught 21. We was just shuffling between 2158 to 2160. And then Powell spoke that day. I was in Starbucks and I gave a signal out at 2158 to 2161 because we were now bouncing on 2161. Gold shot up finally to 2220. Right. We came back down. It came back down within the same next 2 days. Right. And it came right back to 2157. I said, this should be a no-brainer for everybody to buy right now. Right. But I waited till price came back above 2177. So I was willing to sacrifice not catching 2158 to see it come back to 2177 because we kept doing that weird stuff like 3 weeks ago. But now we're on top of it again. So I got a method. You go through, come back to, come through, come back to. Right. So once you go through, you come through and you come back to, that's a check mark for me because you've already kind of sought the liquidity underneath. You went above it, faked everybody out. You came back into a premium. And now you're back at that price point. That's why I trade price action. I don't trade any patterns or none of that mess. All right. Because once you identify that focus price, which I always give out throughout the day, hey, this is the focus price. You got to pay attention to that because that price could be the direction for the week. That means it could be going up and down that price and then finally settle at one roof or a floor for you to give that stretch. Right. So even if you sell off now, I would not sell gold because this just looks too risky. You're in a premium. So you know what I'm saying? Like looking at that, well, I would use this as the range. So look, we are at the premium amongst this range, right? So you would need to, number one, you probably would have called a short right here, right? But you would need to let price kind of do its thing here if you didn't catch up here. But I would still understand that it's 9:56, 10 o'clock is about to happen. If you read that my trading routine that I gave out to everybody, especially in the advice joint, like it's there. Like 10 o'clock to 10:30. Is going to move in the true direction. But this is nothing but a setup, bro. These are relative highs for this price to dummy everybody and do something crazy like that. All right, so you got to kind of think like them. They want you to, they engineer this liquidity for you to say, let me stack my sell. We wicking. Whole time in this range to this range, then already came to the sweet spot, you know? So you would want this price to kind of run up on this liquidity before even thinking to sell. Even if you miss the sell, you still want to allow the price to kind of just, because we're on a 15-minute time frame, it's kind of weakening the candle, right? But that's just, my trading style in a nutshell, man. I ain't mean to be long with it, but I'm here for any questions for anybody.
Don't worry about it. Actually, there are some questions. The first one is, always see you have like TP1 to 4. Do you put in 4 orders for TP targets or close partials on one order?
So that's a phenomenal question. So with 4 TPs, it allows, number one, you as a trader to make a decision. So you don't have to be greedy. Me, I'm seeing the entire move, right? So at TP4, that's me seeing like the entire move for myself. But I'm not going to be like this guru to say that, hey, I'm going to get all these every time. Because sometimes I will take my partials at TP1 because it may just shift and seek my position or even lower and then finally go to that TP4. So what we do is, I think I mentioned it before, is an 80-20. Once you hit TP1, which is really like a 50 pip minimum, which if you can catch 50 pips on a minimum daily, your account size is going to grow regardless of what you risk. I don't care what it is. So if you're risking $1 per pip, 50 times, let's just say you take one day where you take a loss or you trade twice a day, like just say $100 a day is the goal. Let's say you lose twice, 100 times 5 is 500. You lose twice after, 30 pips. So you do 500 minus $60. You're still eating good at your profit. So 80-20. Once you hit TP, you should bring your stop loss into profit, right? 80% of the move, or at least minimum break even. But why would you want to put yourself in break even 50 pips away? Go ahead and take off, like you said, partials, and let the 20% keep running. So this way, if it does retrace on you, you may be busy. It may take you out, but you're in profit 80% of the move. You're not going to be upset. You're just not. So that's a great question. But I don't set like keep stacking positions like based on like the TPs. But if it comes back to the initial entry, I'll re-enter because that lets me know that, okay, I found a good focus zone for pricing. Like U30, it kept coming back to where it's at now, 39.050. Like I re-entered. You know what I'm saying? Even though I gave the signal, I didn't tell the chat, like, hey, I'm re-entering. I'm like, you guys already caught the signal. It came right back to it. I'm not dumb. I'm going to get it again. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like easy, like 2,000 points. I got 1,000 on the way. It came back. I'm going to get it again, right? Because you kind of know the direction. And look, gold is doing exactly what I said it would do. It's faking people out for the sale. What time is it? 10 o'clock, right? I promise you I don't know nobody in the markets, bro. I promise you I don't.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, whenever you want, just drop your links to your Instagram, Telegram, everything here in the chat. People asking, there's actually a question, how can he follow you? I like how you trade, you teach. The man does teach, so he's going to be here. He's going to be on his socials. He's going to be in Telegram, so reach out to
Do I need to drop it in this chat or drop it in the general chat?
You can drop it here and also after the call in the general chat. Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, you can.
Y'all say with gold is good too, right? I just called it.
Here you can check
right,
check the questions by yourself. Yeah.
All right, cool. So when did you realize you turned the corner? All right, what you mean by that?
Coach, what you mean by that? Maybe a question below that is similar. What was the big obstacle you overcame? Maybe something like that.
All right, so the biggest obstacle, man, I'm gonna say it, bro. I'm gonna keep it PG, but I talk reckless in my chat. But just for the sake of this is being recorded, probably.
It is.
I stopped being scared. I stopped being very, very scared. Like, meaning like somebody had reached out to me too. They was like, how do you get over the fear of executing? And I was like, you just execute. Right. I believe once you put yourself in position in the chart, every trader, I don't care how experienced you are, we all think alike. We're hoping that it goes our way and we're hoping that we don't lose. You have to get over that hump of saying that whether this goes south or good for me, I'm good. Like, I've done my analysis. Let's see what the market gonna do. All right. And for me, man, it was just like every day be on the charts. Because if you're a hooper, you know what I'm saying, if you do sports, your whole objective is to get better at where you're weaker at. So when you hit the floor for game time, you already know your weakness. 9 times out of 10, your opponent knows your weakness too. But if you already kind of done the double practice on that every day, it's like your strength is your strength. Why continue doubling down on your strengths? You're going to eventually, you know what I'm saying, burn out to a degree because you're going to be boxed into that one way. My weakness at one point in time in my trading was selling because I came in at Forex during 2021 when Ethereum was running, right? So I was like just buying. I never knew how to sell like properly. So every bear market, I would get ate up, like, because it's like I was trying to hold my sales longer as if it was my buying strategy. But for now, you can ask my chat. Even though me selling gold yesterday, I ain't stupid. I sold gold for like maybe like 150 pips and washed my hands. I'm not about to go into that trying to sell the top again. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of how I got over that hump. What's another question? All right, I already put that. When did you turn the corner? Because like, when did you realize I'm good? Oh, okay, that's a great question, bro. When I realized how good I was, when I didn't have nobody to reach out to for clarity, if I was doing it right or if I was doing it wrong. And I stopped watching YouTube. I stopped watching everybody. Well, ICT, who was like my foundation. But when I realized I didn't have that shoulder to depend on, like, all right, or report to, I was like, dang, I got to get good at this. But what made me get great is when I made $1,000 a day consistently for like 10 days. Because, I mean, even though the account size was kind of up, I was like, yo, just discipline yourself. Can you go in this market and catch $1,000? And what does that look like? And it was minimum 30 to 50 pips. And I would purposely close my trades, even though I knew it was going further. And I would be like, all right, do it again. That's where you get profit at will at. That's my business, or my whole trading thing, profit at will. And it's like I knew I got great when I could pay my bills doing it too, right? When I was pulling money and withdrawing, just paying my bill, I was like, oh, I'm good at this because I'm actually making a living. And I was still working at my job too, but I wasn't using my job money to kind of like maneuver. I was pulling trading, you know what I'm saying? And I was making my salary monthly in like days. That's when I knew I got great. But I already knew I was gonna be great at this when I first withdrew $1,000 from options. I was like, out of 9 trades, binary options, I only took 9 positions and made $1,000. I was like, oh, I'm about to be one of the best. And I'm about to be the face of Forex. I know it's plenty of dogs out there, but I stand on it. I'm about to be the face of Forex, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I would thought the same thing as you, man. Everybody would.
But yeah, man, that's that, man. Like, the best advice I can give, man, stop watching people on Instagram and stop watching their lifestyle marketing for you to get all routed up in your emotions to go make dumb decisions in the charts. Like I said, James Storms, when he ran 33,000 or 60,000 up to 1.2 mil, 1.4 mil, I was like, I can do that. I was like, because I look at these guys in their positions, and sometimes when they explain the charts, I'm like, they're going in there with fear too, just like I used to. I'm looking at some of their positions. I'm like, well, dang, my chat kind of caught the whole move, but with their bigger size accounts, which I won't hate in, I'm appreciating, but I'm like, they're only in the market a certain amount of time. So they're putting up heavy lot size to be in there to only catch 50 pips and make 40 bands. I get it. But it's like, to me, that's hella over leveraging, right? But it's like, for me, if I can catch the same move in a week, right, with only 4 positions, I kind of like am understanding the market, when to enter and when to partial up. So the best advice I can give is stop worrying about other people, get better every day. And that includes outside the charts. I literally tell my chat that 4-hour work day, something like that, that book is now reality to me, because I gave people wake up at 4. I'm done by 11, bro. 11 a.m. I'm maybe just watching the charts if I'm in a position, but it's no need to trade during liquidity hours. An afternoon session, if you caught your bag before the market even opened, what's the use? Like, at this point, I'm just helping my chat. You know what I'm saying? Because I could be up 2,000-3,000 before 7 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already working out, and my day has already progressed. Because what you do outside the charts is going to reflect what you do on the charts. Just like that person. How do you get over fear and not execute? I'm like, that sounds like you're an indecisive person outside of the charts, because you can't have clarity on your decision making, So yeah.
I get you.
All right. So other than that, I mean, somebody said, so do you teach when joining, or is it just signals? I have a free chat that everybody can join. I have a signal chat that people subscribe to, and I have a mentorship that's like my schedule for one-on-one only. So you get homework, you get a 90-day program for yourself, like tailored to who you are as a trader, beginner to elite. I don't sell courses. People be like, yo, you should sell a course. I'm like, yo, it's free on the internet, man.
Yep.
If you're going to pay me, just pay me for my time. I'll teach you what I know. I'll give you everything I got. Like, and I'll show you the resources for free that I've learned from. But some people just, they're going to pay to be lazy, and some people pay to pay attention. So
one member just said that he made money on what you said about gold. So
yeah. Hold on. What is gold doing? Look at it. If y'all can still see my screen, I literally just called that live. I can't make this up. Y'all see me do that live. So there's your proof right there, right? And I didn't even take the trade.
There's the proof, guys.
All right. So I think no wolf mask. Yeah. So I'm good, man. I'm good. No, if there's no other questions, you guys can hit me up in my DM, message me. I'll drop my links in the general chat, because I think if you follow me up here, you can message me up here. But on my IG, just because it's frauds out there and somebody's done copied my page since 2021, that's how you know you're doing something right too. But they're asking people about how's your trading going. I'm like, I see, you know what? I'm gonna just maneuver in my Telegram, and I work out. Like I said, I work out a lot, so you'll see more workouts and more of my stories of other people winning. Though I show other people's results, because people didn't believe me when I had results. They still don't believe me, and that's perfectly fine. But when other people see other people winning, then that's when they want to believe me. I'm here. Come on. I'm here, because you could be next.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you for your time. Sorry, guys, for having that little bit of delay, but I think it was worth it, definitely, because we saw a great catch live, and Ty explaining his strategy and everything. I'm going to close this off now. Ty can drop his links in the general chat. You can follow him on Instagram, Telegram, YouTube, everywhere. Thank you, Ty. Even after a 9-hour drive, you were so energetic. And
when it comes to trading, man, it ain't no excuses, man. And everybody should have that attitude. Let's get up. Let's cake up, man. Let's get this cake up.
Guys, give us some feedback about this session and all the other sessions in the general chat. It would be great to hear how we can improve this. And that's it. Have a good rest of the week. We have 3A trades on Friday. We have two sessions next week. One of them is a new speaker. And yeah, thanks, Ty, again, and see you.
I appreciate it, Antonio.
Cheers.